Hello everyone, it's Shah and I am sharing my completed friendship journals with you. I have got them completed and I'm going to show you what I've done. So I will recap on, I did show you number 2 and 3 and I was in the process of starting number 1. And so they're all done, and I ended up with all of the entries that I had. I have 6 journals, so I have managed to, so some are a little bit fatter than the others. I just had to judge the pages as I was going along to you know, to fit them in as best I could. Number 6 is all the fabric pages, which there is one that is a mix, but mostly fabric. So I will show you that, and it is not completed. It's completed, but I've left a spot because I'm expecting a page still to come. So I will talk to you about that as soon as I get to it. So really what I've done is, I'll just bring the light over a little bit. So this is number 1, and what I ended up doing was I sort of gessoed the back page a little bit. I didn't really like the newness of it. I've done some stitching around the covers, and I had a blue, it's a really nice cardstock, but I thought this looked really nice on it. I think Debbie Brown gifted me that in the only other challenge I've ever had, and I think she gifted me way back then, and I've used it a few times, but I just thought it took away from that. It sort of didn't, it was nice, but it didn't sort of match the blue. And I've just got a simple button, a vintage button closure. I put 2 together because I didn't like the one underneath. I wanted one that size, so I've sort of glued them together. And I've just got a seam binding closure, a very simple closure, just a little, it's attached down here with an eyelet, and it just closes like that. So this is number 1, and what it was this is Emily Bloom, some of her papers, and this was one of her, I backed it with something else, but a lot of this is her, one of her digi sets, and in the background there I've laid it up a bit. Okay, so so that's the closure. And then to go inside, what I did was, I took that other piece of paper away that I was using, the other index card, because I was just doing that to show you who was in here. And I've got an envelope in each of the journals, if I can get it out. I've just used it like a little one of those memory decks cards sort of thing in this one. And so to go in here, the crafters that are in this one are Krista, Second Chance Creations by Krista, Lynn Bentley, Jeanette Dawkins, Crafty Dork, Kerry Sawyer, Amanda Scott, Soleil from Enchanted by Craft, and Pam from Pam's Paper Place. So they're the crafters that are in here. Oh, and I just wanted to mention too that I did have a little, I think I put it on one of the other, journals. I will come to that, but Pam did a dangle. If anyone sent anything like that, I tried to use it on some of the journals, but I didn't want to put anything on this one. I didn't think it sort of suited it. So this is, so I'll just go through. I won't go through every page, so I'll just mention who they are, and if you want to go back through the videos, I did a detailed video, and I linked it back to the person's channel if they had a YouTube channel. So this one is Krista, Second Chance Creations by Krista. This is her page. This is Lynn Bentley. This one. This one is Jeanette Dawkins, Crafty Dork. This is her page, and she's got a little dangle up there that keeps escaping. Little owl. And then this one is oh, I've forgotten the name. I should have Should have kept that out, shouldn't I? That might have been a good idea for me to do. Sorry. My mine's playing up. So, yep, Kerry Sawyer, because Kerry's a new subby of mine. So this is Kerry's page, and she's got a little dangle there. And her page opened up. This one is Amanda Scott. This one is Soleil from Enchanted by Craft. And the last page is from Pam, from Pam's Paper Place. And that's the back cover. So that's journal number 1. And I'll skip to number 4 because I'll recap on number 1 and 2. I've already shown you those. So I'll just pop these to one side. Oh, I'll do it up and then I'll pop these to one side for a moment. So yeah, it was really nice going through them and revisiting them all and having a good old look and having another look through all the details that were sent. So that was nice while I was doing them. So that's number 1. And 2 and 3, I'll go over those again. And then number 3, so on the side here, I think this is by Ros Kennedy. I think Ros Kennedy sent this little charm on her page, and this is number 4. And so what I did with this one was, one of the entries in here is from Siobhan from Pearl and Button, and she sent me this beautiful piece of toile. Hers is very toile. You'll see her page. I've done a video on it, and so has she. But she sent me a few little extras, and one thing was this toile wallpaper, and I knew I wanted to use that as a background on the cover, but I didn't want to sort of drown it out. I wanted to sort of keep it so that you could see it. And I've done a simple, like a distressed ribbon closure. And like I said, I put that dangle. I had a bit of toile. It's not a true toile, but it's sort of in those lines. So I did the spine in that. And then on the back, I used some of Amity Bloom's digitals for the back page and laid it up a little bit, did a bit of collaging. Because I just thought it suited this journal. So, yes, it's just a simple, I've just attached it at the side there. I've put a little bit of vintage lace down the side. And like I said, it's layered up. I've got, so that's Siobhan's wallpaper. And then I've got a piece of toile, a different sort of a print in a toile wallpaper. I've got a print of almost like probably in the Marie Antoinette sort of style of dress, because she was in blue, and I thought it suited this. And I've just got snippets from Amity Bloom's digitals there. I've just snipped bits out. I've got a couple of metal corners, and this piece is just holding on the inside, so the inside cover, it's just holding on the envelope. I've done some collaging there with her digitals, and yeah, I said I was going to do that, so I put everybody's details on a little card inside. So the people in here are Siobhan from Pearl and Button, Mary Barrett, Ros Kennedy, Tonya from Scribbles in Time, and Debbie Brown. So this is Siobhan's page, and like I said, she did a lot of toile and lots of, it's very girly page, and yeah, she did a very detailed flip through, and I did too, so you can go back and have a look at all her lovelies, what she did. Now, Mary sent 2 pages, lots of pages, so I've popped them both in together here. This is Mary Barrett. And she did this wonderful blue page, and then she did like a vintage in a more in the coffee dyed sort of thing, and this wonderful stitching, and of course all of her beading. She did some of her bead work, Now that's her second lot of pages, and some more beading, a little tuck spots and envelopes and things, a napkin decoupage. This page here is Ros Kennedy, and like I said, Ros had that dangle on the paper clip here, so I thought it looked nice on the side, but she had it holding in something here, and she's done a fairy theme, and that's Ros's pages with all her tuck spots, and that was the that's separate. It comes apart, and she had some lovely little dangles and things on her entry. That's a journal card. And then we've got Tonya from Scribbles in Time. That's Tonya's pages. And then Debbie Brown, and Debbie used this wonderful like a gold a beautiful crocheted piece that she covered all of her entry, and lots of seam binding and lots of thoughts gone into that. And so that's Debbie's page, and that's the back, and that's a better look at the back cover. So that is number what did I say this one was? This was number 4. So I will just pop that back in there so I know who's who. Back in the envelope, and I'll just pop that back on there. Yeah, I thought that looked nice up there in the corner with that lady. And then just do this one up. We'll move on to the next one. I might have to split the video in two depending on if they let me upload it. I'll see how we go. So that's that one. Okay, so that is number 4. And number 5. So number 5, and this is from Pam, from Pam's Paper Place. She made this dangle to go with her entry. And I just thought it looked nice on the side of this journal. Didn't have anything, so I just thought that looked really nice. And so what I did for the front cover on this one was I used an envelope that the lovely Chrissy Crosser had sent her entry in, and so I made that into the front cover, and she lined it all. And so in this number 5 is of course Chrissy Crosser, and she's Chrissy's Attic, Pam from Honeybee Crafting, Diane from Grandma's Accessories, Sarah from Sarah's Shabby Chic Creations, Karen Billinger, and MJ Rees, My Paper Journey. So they're the people that are in this journal. And what I did was, so I wanted to keep this here because sorry about that wobble. Chrissy had done all this gorgeous stuff on the back, so I didn't really want to stick that down and cover it, so I made it like a flip out. And then what I did was I've got a sari silk closure here for the rest of the journal. And so what I did was I've used quite a large doily to sort of cover up, sort of to attach everything. I don't know how to explain it, so that I could attach everything. I do this quite often, so I should do a tutorial on it. I'm not sure if anybody would be interested, but I can't really explain it. I'll probably have to do it and show you. So it's a simple sari silk there, and the first page is Chrissy Cross's page, and that's her page there, and she sent this, she's got this gorgeous little herbal lavender pouch there, and all of her details. The second page is from Pam from Honeybee Crafting. That's Pam's page. She's got a little envelope there and her details, and she had a flip out in the middle, and then the back of her page here with lots of bling, and put a lot of work into that. The next page is Diane from Grandma's Accessories, and Diane's done like a sort of a vintage, and then she goes into a fairy theme, and then boho, sort of gypsy, and then back into vintage on the back, and she's used some beautiful laces and things. Sarah from Shabby Chic Creations, Sarah's Shabby Chic Creations. This is Sarah's, and Sarah's got a little journal on the front there, and then she's put lots of tuck spots and tags, and she did like a really girly page here and lots of dangly laces, and that's the back of Sarah's page, a piece of wallpaper. The next page is Karen Billinger, and Karen used a lot of colour on. She loves colour, so this is very her style, which is lovely. And she does these little butterflies, which are very cute. So she's done like a fairy theme, and I'll just pop those back in there. I think that I need to attach them a little bit better, and I think Karen actually makes these little paper clips. It's very clever. They're so lovely. I think she's twisted them with the pliers and made some little paper clips. And she's got lots of little tags, and she does these little beaded butterflies too. Some more, she's used recycled an envelope and done lots of stuff there, altered paper clips, a boho bead, and that's the back of her page with lots of embroidery, her details, butterfly embroidered. And then MJ Rees, this is her page. I won't go through it, this is a flip out. Further back I've got a very detailed video on MJ's entry, and that's the last entry there. She's got a little envelope there, and then that's the other part of the doily. So I'll just go back and I'll close that one up, and get on to the next one. So yeah, it's just a simple, just have to push them down a little bit, you know, they get a bit full. It did help. I actually sewed all the entries in separately, so that helped a lot for it all to sit nicely, well, as nice as you can get it sitting. Yeah, it does help a little bit, I think. And I wanted to just see everybody's page as I went through. I didn't want to have to sort of go to the back and find that there was another half of it at the back or something like that, you know. So yeah, so that's number 5. That's number 5, and that's the spine. That's what it looks like. And then number 6, so let's go over number 6. So number 6 is a fatty, it's a fat girl, and she's a little bit, she hasn't got a lot of substance to her because, you know, she's quite large, and the integrity of the spine, everything just goes. So I've put some craft text there, but it's going to be a little bit wobbly. So what I did with this one was I used Janine from Vintage Shabby Chic, sent her entry in this beautiful pouch that she's sewn. So I used that for the cover, and she had this draped here, but it just, you know, it didn't show it off properly. So I've used it like as a dangle on the side here. This gorgeous, I hope you can see that. This beautiful piece of vintage jewellery that she's put on the side. And once again, I'll show you what's happened, but I've just flipped a doily around the back. I haven't actually put anything underneath that because I wanted to see the last page there. I wanted you to see through. I wanted to be able to see through it. So I haven't really, you know, it hasn't got a lot of structure, but that's okay because, you know, it is what it is. There's a lot to put in these, and also Janine sent me this gorgeous, she had this around her page, this beautiful, so I decided to, like, what is it, like a, you know, a trim, what do you call it, it's like a curtain, I can't think of the name of it now, and she's made it and she's put these gorgeous baubles on the end. So I've used that, and I've just put number 6 on there, and then the tag in here. So the people in this, the crafters in this journal are Janine from Vintage Shabby Chic, Monique from Shabby Monique Brocante, Evie Fully Do, Carla from KC Creates, and Jude from Crafty as Shack Jude. Now there's going to be another name here because I'm expecting another entry to still arrive. I'm not sure what's going on with the post this time of year. I hope it arrives soon, but that's okay. I've left a spot at the back and I'll show you what I've done. So I've used that as the cover, and there's that doily. And then we go straight into here to, this is Janine's pages. And if you want to go back to the video, and she did a very in-depth video on her channel, just, you know, what she did and all the things she did. That's Janine's piece, and she's got all sorts of, lots and lots of things going on, bling, sari pieces, laces, lots of things in here. And this is her back page with little things on it. And then this is very notable. You will all know who this is the minute you see it. So this is Monique from Shabby Monique Brocante, and of course Monique loves white. So that was the other reason why I used this white doily too, because there is a variation here. And I sort of wanted to match it in with Monique Loves White, and I think she's got a lot of white laces on here, so I thought that just sort of tied in with it rather than you know, do it all vintagey looking. So yeah, that's Monique's, the front page of her page with this beautiful image. That's the center with her. I did have to I stuck down the little washi tape a bit. It kept on coming off, probably the heat. And her second page. And her last page, she went to like a vintage style and a big flower up here. And that's her information there. The next page is Evie Fully Do, and Evie's used Evie Fully Do, and she has used a tapestry fabric and put a beautiful image and embellished the front cover. Lots and lots of tags and things in here. Same here, and her details are in there. She's folded back the pocket. Beautiful fabric. This is from Carla. The next page is Carla from KC Creates, and Carla did like a fairy tale type of castle theme. Butterflies, very girly. That's the center of her page with all that beautiful rose trim, gorgeous butterfly, tags, a fairy, lots of dangle trims. That's her back page, seam binding. And the last page is Jude from Crafty as Shack Jude. So Jude did a very shabby, vintage, and all fabric page. She's got some paper tags and things, but not a lot. It's all mostly fabric. Beautiful image on the front, and doilies and laces and things. That's the center of her page, and this is the second page, and the third page with lots of layering. She's got some little things she's tucked in here, which I've kept there. I think my little tag keeps moving, the little tag, but that's okay. And lots of things on there, and then that's her the back of her page there. So as you can see, I've left a little space here. I've got the ready to sew that last signature in when it arrives. I know it's an all fabric page, so I'll sew it in there when it arrives. So it's not quite finished, but yeah, that's okay. I wanted to get it sorted so I could move on to other projects, and I've left a space, and it will be easy enough to put in when it arrives. So that's number 6. That is number 6. So and I just thought that looked really nice doing that with that. With the baubles there. So number 6, I'll just pop that over there. I'll put that back in later on. And just to recap, I won't go through them all again, but there's number 2 and 3. So we've got, what have we got? So that's all of them there. So I've got number 1, number 2, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 4, oh, here we go, and number 5, and number 6. So yeah, they're going to look gorgeous up on a shelf somewhere, and yeah, I'm very pleased with them. And I just wanted to say thank you so much to everybody that entered into my challenge. I appreciate it very much. I can look back on these. I've already, when I was putting them all together, it was just so lovely going through them all and seeing everyone's lovely work, and I really appreciate it. And it's something that I'll be able to go through. I've got details there. I haven't got everybody's details, but I've got a lot of details there that I can contact you with. And yeah, it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and I'm so pleased that it's done. I've done them all differently because I wanted to, when I look up on the shelf, I want to be able to see all the different, I didn't want them all the same. So they will look very pretty on a shelf somewhere, so, and I can just get them down and have a look through now and again, which is my kind of fun. So thank you everybody, and thank you for watching, and I'll be back soon with some more projects. Until then, I'll see you all later. Bye.